And you guys know I'm always coming at you with a different this and a different that. So I'm different today, okay? But I just wanted to reach out with a live. It's been a minute, and I've been on true lockdown, y'all. Let me tell you, and I just want to say I appreciate the support and the love and all of that coming from each and every one of you. You've been there. I have been with really blessed with the connections and everything I've have with you. And I just want to say, I just want to toot my horn for a minute, you guys. I was on a struggle taking this phlebotomy course um, to kind of elevate my skill set in the department I work in. And it was really escalated. It was a 7 week course, and it was a night course. So I was going from work to school 4 days a week. And I didn't have time for nothing else. I didn't even have time for myself. Let me tell y'all, I was just doing the doggone thing, okay? And yesterday was my state exam, and I am pleased to say that I passed. So, a girl is a certified licensed phlebotomist for phlebotomist, okay,
That's what you are.
on top of everything else. And I just want to say it's nothing more satisfying and gratifying and blessed with being able to do that than having the ability and opportunity to learn and grow with a whole different skill set. Each feather that you pluck and tuck is something that is genuine to the heart. It gives you a whole different perspective on a lot of things, and it also gives you the opportunity to appreciate the ability to grow and to learn something different. And I'm gonna tell you, I was about the seasonest one in the classroom, okay? There was some maturity in there, but I was the more senior. And when I first started the class, I was like, oh my goodness, all these little babies, oh my good. But they were young adults, and I think one of the oldest was in their 40s, and even the instructor was almost 50. So you had some 22-year-olds, 24-year-old, 25-year-old. You had some youngsters. But I'm gonna, hey everybody, what's up? But I am going to tell you, I hung in there. Every test and exam that I took in that class was no lower than a B plus, A's. And when it came down to that state exam, the last time I took a state exam was years ago for cosmetology. And that was one of the biggest accomplishments in my life back then. And I was scared stiff. I was a little younger, but I was scared stiff. But I did that, okay? And so then it went on to get my bachelor's degree in broadcast communication. That was in what, 2000 and I want to say 15. That was another big accomplishment. And then to turn around and do this. And when I tell you to sit there and to be shaken while you pushing the button to answer questions, and you get overwhelmed. And I don't know about you guys, but test taking is a trip. And a lot of times you know the answers, but you get all flustered and stressed with making that decision and that choice and picking the right answer. And one thing that I can share is, if you focus on eliminating, especially with true and false, I mean, not true and false, but multiple choice type of exams, eliminating, at least there's gonna at least be two that just don't make no sense. They shouldn't even be there, period. They're out of the ballpark. It's like, what is that got to do? What does that got to do with anything? That ain't so. Eliminate those and then narrow it down to that one or two that's there. And go with your gut. A lot of times, too, we go back and forth with trying to change an answer. You go head on and you pick something. And then maybe after you finish the test, which I did note some of the ones I struggled, I wrote down the question number and I went back in the end. But you go back in the end and you look it over and you say, I think that should be that one. I think that should be that. And before you know it, you're playing change it, change it, change it. A lot of time. Now, there are times when changing it makes a difference. A light bulb goes off and you're like, no, it's not that one, it's this. But a lot of times when you go back and forth like that and you're changing and doing that, you end up messing up. You end up picking something that you should have just left it alone, because that first initial thought, that first initial choice was the right one. So be mindful of that and focus on eliminating the nonsense answers and narrowing it down. But I am pleased to say, if I had got one more correct, I would have been at 90%, but I passed the exam at 89%, which is like a B plus or somewhere right in there. And I am just so proud of me. And I want to also share that, I don't care what your focus is, your age, your background, your situation, whatever. Do you believe in you? I had people in the beginning of me even taking the test that was like, oh, you sure? You sure you want to do that? You're not, and it's not that they were doubting. It's just that some just want to throw that shade a little bit lightweight, or they don't really know if you'll be able to fulfill. But honey, let me tell you, when I set my mind out to do something, it's gonna get done. And won't he do it? Won't he do it? God is good. I said my prayers. I had people praying for me. There was time, I think the class was 7 weeks. I had in the middle, maybe 3.5 weeks into it, I was like, I don't know. Oh no, it's just too much information, too much stuff. And when I tell you, I got the utmost respect for healthcare anyway, but I got the utmost respect for phlebotomists, because let me tell you, baby, when it comes to that order of draw, when it comes to them veins, when it comes to certain diseases and sanitations and, different tests and, just all kinds of customer service, patient care, it's a lot. It's a whole lot, okay? So you can't just be guessing. You can't just be on there playing around. You got to really know some things. So I am just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm so proud of me, and thanks to all of you who are proud of me too. But I am now also, on top of quite a few other things, author. Um, I am a songwriter. I am an artist. I am a cosmetologist. I am now a phlebotomist. And I'm going to be whatever it is, okay? I am just blessed and highly favored with it all. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Jameer, can I say something without getting blocked? Well, it depends on what you going to say. Because if you say something that's off the rocker, you just may get blocked. Now, you got to be respectful. But I don't mind questions. I don't mind you keeping it grown, coming out with whatever. Go on and ask a question if you like. So, yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. So now I can get back focused. I have been, and this is just to let a few of you guys know what's been going on with me. I haven't been just disappearing off the radar. Excuse me, content, slowed a little, but I also have pre-recorded stuff. I try to keep stuff going for you guys, like, share, and subscribe. But I can be a lot more involved now due to being that class being over. I graduate next week. Yay, they got a little graduation for us, so I'm gonna be doing that too. But I have a CD even know if they call them CD anymore, but CD that I'm working on, and halfway through. I got like seven songs that's been written by me that has been recorded, and I have about 5 or 6 more to complete, so I can get back into writing some more content and get that out there. Um, oh, Jimmy, you got a thing for redhead. You know what? I'm starting to have a thing for redhead too. Thank you. I appreciate you. I am a girl of many, like I say, I come from the background of cosmetologist. I'm into makeup, I'm into hair, I'm into things like that. Um, and change is good. Change is good. You don't have to be stuck with the same complacency of the same hoo ha 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 hairdo, the same hoo ha 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 color. Um, just, man, do you step outside your box, try something different. And with this, I tried something different because I go into my blondes and my light colors. Spring and summer is when you're supposed to lighten it up. But I ain't never just went, I think this is a burgundy red, but girl, yes, okay. I have just changed it up. Then change is good. So enjoy this while it's here because it'll be something else different soon. So, anyway, how's everyone? I know we've been having a lot going on out here. There has been this, that. I heard that the president, the ex-president, has cancer, and I'm so sorry. My prayers for him and his family with dealing with that. And it's just so much going on, you guys. We've got to take care of ourselves. I have some people who reach out to me, and they've been in relationships for a while, and they love the person they're with, and they've been there for them, and they find out that their partner is ill, sick, going through some things, that has kind of put the brakes on a lot of things in their life. And it's a life changer, and it's, I was watching a movie the other night. Oh shucks, I can't remember the name of it, but the woman was taking care of her husband, who used to be a firefighter or something like that, and got injured, and so now he was a paraplegic, and lost the ability to use his limbs, and he was wheelchair bound, and all of that. And so she hadn't had any affection from him. He was mean. He was very verbally abusive to her. And she ended up, pursuing a lawyer to try to, so that they can sue. I guess he had gotten hit by a company truck. Something happened where she wanted to pursue, um, going on and suing this particular person or place, and her and the lawyer ended up having an affair. The lawyer was going through his lustful moments of, man, I gotta remember the name of um that doggone movie. It was so good. Lust something, I forgot. But anyway, the the person she went for, as far as getting some legal help to represent them in court, was also going through a situation in his relationship where he was deprived from the physical touch and clapping with his wife. So he was pent up, built up with all this, these sexual needs. And then he run into this woman who was pent up and verbally abused at home with all her needs, and boom, things happened, right? Things happened. And you know, it just made me really, really think about some things. Because first off, her being loyal and committed, she was there to take care of him, and she was taking care of him 24/7. And that is what is needed sometime, and that's a part of the package of through thick and thin, through death do you part, through all that when you take those vows, right? You never know who's going to go first. You never know who's going to get sick. You never know what. So you do what you have to do to take care of your mate to the best of your abilities when they become ill, or you have to make some arrangements to put them in a home or something like that, which is the last resort. So for her to be doing all that, and then he turns around and he's so bitter, he's so angry, and then he started accusing her of certain things. Then he put a camera in the house because he started having these feelings that she could be messing around on him or would, and at that point she wasn't. But then it ended up happening outside of the home with the legal person. And then one night she invited that person over, and she was in the living room downstairs or whatever, getting down on the couch doing it with him, because the husband now is in the bed upstairs, can't walk, can't get out the bed, can't do nothing. So even if he wanted to try to catch her, he couldn't. So anyway, he had cameras put in the house prior to that, and he was able to film her doing all of that, which is low down scandalous. Now, I mean, I understand, the flesh is weak and people get into certain situations, but it's all right already the ultimate disrespect of cheating on your mate in the first place. But to go there in your own house that you share with your partner, whether it's in the bed that you guys sleep in and they're at work and not home and they're on vacation, on a business trip, whatever, and you and such is in that bed, or in this case, this person was upstairs in the house and they was downstairs getting it on. Mm. Reality check. Reality check. You have got to do better. And I know that was a movie, but I bet you real life there's some people who take risque chances like that and do things like that. And I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's justifiable, any of that, because we're all responsible for our actions. You know what I'm saying? We're all responsible. So being responsible for your actions means that I don't care what the situation, being accountable for your action. I don't care what made you go there, whether a person cheated on you or whether they're abusing you in whatever way or whatever. First off, if you're being abused verbally or mentally or physically, and you made a choice to still stay in that situation, well, that's partly your fault too, because you should have been gone. You should have been bye bye gone. So you made the choice of staying there, right? So, if it ain't right, if you can't fix it, you can't fix it. You got to go. You got to get up out of there and go bye bye. Hey, hey. Uh, that's my coworker. You got to go bye bye. So by you staying there dealing with it, shame on you. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing that can justify you going out doing some scandalous stuff just because the person you're with is doing some scandalous stuff. It makes absolutely no sense. Get you something else to do. Get you something else to do. Now, some don't believe in divorce. They're going to stay together no matter what, you know. But hey, adultery, somebody commits adultery and you're with them, that is the ultimate um, okay for you leaving and divorcing they butt. For real. All right? Now that don't mean you had to commit adultery and they committing adultery too. And because they did it first, it's all right. You ain't gonna get in trouble. I mean, you ain't gonna feel bad because they did it first. They made you do. No, 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 no. You have got to be accountable for your own actions. So some of those things I observed in that movie and just real life period, and just thinking outside of the box about why we do what we do when we're in situations and we're pained and hurt, or we put in situations where, just like that lady in this situation in the movie. She probably felt she had no choice, no out. She married him. She loved him. He was in a situation where he needed her to help take care of her. So she wasn't going to bail out on that. But to be abused verbally, to be in a situation where you haven't been hugged or touched or appreciated or any of that, make you second guess a lot of things. A lot of things. And that's what could lead to a grown person going out and getting with another vulnerable person. And I think it was one part in there that and when I get the name of this movie, I'm going to come back and tell y'all that because I sure forgot it. But, you know, you her thing was the guy she slept with, the attorney, took advantage of her in a vulnerable situation. Well, no, he was going through his vulnerability too. Now she felt that and sensed that, but she made the pass at him, getting in his face and landing a kiss on him, I believe. And before you knew it, things just kind of went there. Okay? So it's not to blame one or the other, but she shouldn't be trying to blame him playing on her vulnerability when he was vulnerable too and you played on his. And you were the aggressor, Missy. So, you know what I'm saying? So let's just be mindful of, being accountable. Um, do unto others as you would want done to you. Okay? Period. Period. If you wouldn't want anybody cheating on you that you loved, if you wouldn't want nobody abusing you that you were with, verbally, emotionally, physically, because they're all considered abuse. If you wouldn't want somebody doing that to you, then you shouldn't be doing that to them. Okay? That's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would want done unto you. And if a situation is that thick and that crazy, then you needs to go, go, go. Bye, bye, bye. So that's my big message today. Again, I wanted to toot my horn a little bit. Thanks for all the congratulations. Thanks for being there for me, for supporting my channel, what I do, like, share, subscribe. A shout out also to all the graduates out there. Congratulations to everyone. I have a grandson today that's graduating from junior high, going to high school. Congratulations, baby Keys. Hey, the sky's the limit, baby. And congratulations to you all for whatever your endeavors are, whichever direction you're going. Just remember to go up, okay? Go up. Just start pushing, start striving, and don't give up no matter what it is. And don't get caught up in what other people say, because sometimes they saying stuff just because they envy what you doing and they hating, and they wish they could do what you doing, but they can't and they ain't. So what they gonna hate on it, okay? Lightweight. So anyway, keep doing you, babies. I'll be back at you guys. This is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. You can also email me, dgrier12,000 at yahoo.com, and let me know what's on your mind, what you'd like me to talk about. This is Grown Folk Table Talk. Grown folks only. We talk about grown folk things here on my channel, so you never know what you may run into. And always feel free to join in, like, share. Okay? Thank you. Have a great day, you guys. Take care. And most importantly, be safe and love yourself.